Hi, I'm Tom Cox, and today we're going to be looking at the story of Judah and how Judah points to the life of Christ. In Revelation 5, chapter 5, one of the angels standing before the throne of God looks at John and says, "Behold, the Lion of Judah has conquered." So we know Jesus is the Lion of Judah, but why? So Jacob, the father of all Israel, had 12 sons, and those sons were the grandfathers of all the tribes of Israel. But Judah was not the firstborn. He was fourth. Nor was he the favored son of Jacob. That was Joseph. And so we know the story of Joseph well. Joseph had these dreams where he was this favored child of father, and the other sons would be bowing before him one day. And that made his brothers jealous, and they wanted to kill him. Now, Judah saved his life by selling him into slavery, but before we give Judah too much credit, he only wanted to do it for profit. So Joseph goes down to Egypt, and we know his story of how his faithfulness to God brought him to the highest position in all of Egypt. And at the same time, we find Joseph withstanding the advances of Potiphar's wife. We suddenly find this bizarre side story of Judah in this opposite moral decline with his own daughter-in-law, Tamar. Juxtaposed to the faithfulness of Joseph, we see the faithlessness of Judah. The circumstance would have it that a famine hit the entire land, and Joseph saw this coming, and so he prepared all of Egypt for the famine. Jacob has to send his sons down to Egypt for food, and they find themselves before their brother that they sold into slavery to get that food. Joseph recognizes them, but they don't recognize him. And he sets up a test for them. He wants them to go get the youngest son, Benjamin, who's the only one not there. When they return to Jacob, Jacob says, "No, I can't send him down. I can't lose my other son, born of Rachel to me." And he won't let them go. But they begin to starve. And so Judah goes to his father Jacob and says these words in Genesis 43, verses 8 and 9. Judah said to Israel his father, "Send the boy with me, and we will rise and go, that we may live and not die, both we and you, and also our little ones. I will be a pledge to his safety. From my hand you shall require him. If I do not bring him back to you and set him before you, then let me bear the blame forever." So they take Benjamin down to Joseph. Joseph sees his brother, and he sets up a test. He gives his brother Benjamin 5 times the portion of food at the banquet. But he also puts a cup in his sack, and then lets all his brothers depart. He chases them down and says, "You stole the king's cup." And they said, "If a cup is found on us, maybe he be accursed to die." And they find it in Benjamin's sack. Joseph wants to know, are my brothers going to do this again? Are they going to be jealous of a favored son? Are they going to just let him go off into slavery to save their own selves and their own petty jealousies? Have they changed? All the brothers go back before Joseph, and they plead for the life of Benjamin. And Judah stands before him and says, "The boy's life for my own." That is the climax of the whole story of Joseph, which is actually the climax of the whole story of Genesis. And he breaks down and he weeps, and he is reconciled with his brothers. This is Judah's new legacy. Jesus stands before God and says, "My life for theirs. May their sin be reconciled, be on my back. I will pay the penalty. I stand before them. Let all of their blame fall on me." And so Jesus steps forward as our one true brother who stands before God and gives us new life and reconciles us to him. Behold, the Lion of Judah has conquered.